Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. Hello, welcome, Wim. How are you? I don't know why I did that opening so violently. I said that very violently. I was coming on to you guys. False. that was a very violent opening. Anyhow, hello, Wim. How are you? Big up to the seals. Do be subscribing. Apparently, we are close to 800. How many subscribers am I on? Let's see. Oh, that's my Twitter. Oh, well. Can go to here. Oh, we're on 760. We are close. We're on 760 right now. So, let's close this and let's talk about the actual subject matter of the stream. Reijnders. Now, all jokes aside, of course I do joke about not wanting him because he's Dutch. Of course I'm Belgian, so there's a rivalry there. But all jokes aside and all that stuff, Reijnders is a decent player from what I've watched of him. I've not watched him too much this season. Usually I watch Serie A more, but since I started doing watch-alongs, you have to pick and choose what games you can do, right? Because when you're just watching football, you can watch one game and have another game on. But like when you do watch-alongs, you have to pick and choose your games. And Serie A, I don't find the most entertaining to watch, so I've not watched a lot of Serie A this season. Which means I haven't really watched a lot of Reijnders. However, what I can say is people are hyping him up to a level that I was never really familiar with this guy before. Like, from what I've seen from him before, he was never at the level that he's now being hyped up to. So, either this is a lot of basis hype because we're linked to him, or while I was not watching him, which is a very real possibility, he improved a lot. He's in that 26-year-old bracket now. 26, 27, 28, up until 30 tends to be the prime of these players. So, I don't know, maybe while I wasn't watching him, he got a lot better, but he's never a player I've rated to the levels that I see some players rating him. Like, I see these type of tweets and people are telling me, I can't emphasize enough how well Reijnders would fit like a glove. And then they play these compilations. Tip, never look at a football compilation to rate a footballer. But then I see this from LB, top class player. We need quality players like this guy. And I'm like, I mean, He's okay, but it's like people are putting him in Gundogan brackets, like prime Gundogan brackets, and I'm not sure if he's there. Again, I've not watched him this season, so tell me if I'm wrong, but you need to have watched him yourself to tell me that, you know? Yeah, farming transfer news, by the way, farming transfer news, what else do I do? Leuven lost, oh yeah, they got destroyed 5-0, quite tragic. I'll tell you one thing, yeah? If Ajax don't win, that's league title done. That's the league title done if Ajax don't win. Hello Rosa, how are you? Do you remember Reijnders of do you remember Reijnders of the Club Brugge AC Milan game Champions League? Is it Reijnders who slid into the challenge with Onyedika, which should have been a red card, by the way? Reijnders was terrible in that game. Good thing you mentioned that. He was terrible in that game. And I mean, again, I've not watched him consistently this season, but good, what about you? I'm okay. Like, I'm not object to this transfer. Let me maybe just say where I'm at with this transfer. I don't mind. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And if we get him, I won't cry, but I don't want him. And I'll explain why. Let me just go to the tactical board and explain why. So currently, we have Kovacic, O'Reilly, Gundogan, all in this 8 role. We have Foden, who presumably, if we buy a 10, will also play in this 8 role. We have a question mark over where Echeverri will play, Oscar Bob, Grealish. Now, okay, Grealish will leave, people say, will he? Because there's reports coming out that Grealish won't be allowed to leave on a loan. So are we selling him? To who are we selling Grealish? So there's a lot of questions. McAtee, is he leaving? The thought was McAtee leaves for Words. What if he stays? Like, we have a lot of players, Bernardo Silva. That is 6 players in this 8 role. Now you add Gibbs White to that. And I rate Gibbs White. And now you add Reijnders to that. And like, I mean, this is an incredibly crowded position. This position needs some clearing out. Sure, we maybe need someone to come in. I don't even think we do. This is, if you don't know, my rebuild, assuming all players want to come. It's a bit old. I'll make a newer, more updated version of it at the end of the season, but this game, this shows us homegrown. This 8 out of 11 means the amount of not homegrown players here. And this 7 out of 13 again, the amount of not homegrown players. In fact, I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's 14. That's 14 players. I thought so. So, if you get Reijnders in here, then Reijnders is like another not homegrown player. So then you're on 16 of a maximum of 17. And then some of these older players, like that's assuming that we get 9 players out. Silva, is he leaving? Doku, is he leaving? If they are not leaving, you can't buy players like Rodgers. Now, I'm not saying we have to buy Rodgers, but I'm saying another winger who can consistently score would be nice. And now people say, okay, Wirtz. Okay, Wirtz will not come to Man City. But then people say, if you don't get Wirtz, you get Rodrigo, a world-class winger, and you get someone else in the midfield. So, regardless of how it is, our homegrown criteria is quite tight. And when you could buy more than Gibbs White for this 8 role, and Reijnders for this 8 role, more than Gibbs White, a good player, again, not my cup of tea, but a good player. Do we need this? Do we need this? Yeah, but he was dog shit that game. He scored a brace, but he was terrible. Yeah, today Atalanta against Roma, I'm doing a watch along to that. Signed them all. Let's have a 40-man squad with constant rotation. I mean, why not? Bankrupt the club. Bankrupt the club while we're at it. I mean, bankruptcy is nice. We can't be the old club anymore if we're bankrupt, you know what I'm saying? We're disproving, we're setting out to disprove the rival fans. We're not an old club anymore, we're bankrupt. But no, that's what I'm at with Reijnders. That's what I'm at with Reijnders. I don't mind if he comes, but if he does come, that means someone else is not coming. And I prefer Gibbs White over Reijnders. I'll just say it blatantly. I prefer more than Gibbs White over Reijnders. Not just because he's homegrown, but because he's actually an engine. And Reijnders is not as much an engine. I think most people who rate Reijnders have not watched him consistently. I've never seen that super high level from Reijnders. I really haven't. And I mean, if you have, sure, I get it, but I don't see why people are desperate over this. Tijani Reijnders to Man City? My answer is just buy Gibbs White. And if you're telling me Gibbs White in the 10 and Reijnders in the 8, now, no. just no. If you say, oh, Kovacic is leaving, now you have a different conversation. Because if Kovacic is leaving, okay, then you open that spot for Reijnders. Reijnders comes in, Gibbs White comes in, and that works. But why have Kovacic leave, is my question. Would you prefer Kovacic leaving and Reijnders coming in, or would you prefer Kovacic staying 2 more years, and Reijnders not coming in then? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Prediction for the referee. Is this a stage where that's now? I'm not gonna predict what referee we're gonna get assigned. I'm not gonna be predicting what referee we're gonna get assigned. Sorry. That's a bit. I mean, that's that. I'm sorry. Referee watch along. We're doing referee watches now. We're watching referees now. Fuck football. We're doing referee watch longs. If Kovacic stays, here's my thing. Here's my personal thing. Because I believe O'Reilly goes into midfield next season. Kovacic stays and you get Gibbs White. You don't get Reijnders. Gibbs White comes, you can get doesn't come, you can get Reijnders. But then you have to look out for homegrown. Then you have to look out for your homegrown. It means you're gonna have to get some players out who are not homegrown. So De Bruyne obviously already leaving, but some others as well. Kovacic leaving and Gibbs White coming is my least favorite option of that. I mean, this is an option. I just don't like this. My problem with this is where do we get the homegrown players? Not homegrown players out. Do we get Doku out? Okay, who do we replace Doku with? Don't tell me Florian or don't tell me Rodrigo, because now you're just adding a not homegrown again. So are you getting Morgan Rodgers? Are you getting, I don't know, Jared Bowen, another English winger, Eze? You need to replace these not homegrown players. Do you want to get rid of Jack Grealish? If you want to get rid of Jack Grealish, you can't replace him with a not homegrown player. You have to replace him with a homegrown player. I mean, I sound like fucking Martin over here. I'm talking about homegrown constantly, but it's a problem. It really is a problem. Gundogan and Silva, they both look right now like they're gonna stay. So they take up 2 of those not homegrown spots. But what about our goalkeepers? If Ortega and Ederson both leave, and you replace them with... you're gonna be the fourth to replace them with some homegrown goalkeepers. At least one of them. So... my problem with Reijnders is not the ability. He has ability. Not as highly as I think other people rate him. My main problem is logistically the homegrown situation, because I think Gibbs White is just as good as him. I'm not sure how old they are. Reijnders is 26. How old is Gibbs White? Gibbs White. I mean, Gibbs White is a year younger. Gibbs White is a year younger, Premier League proven. It's equally as good as him in my opinion. I've watched him more this season, so maybe that makes me a bit biased in his favor. If we don't get Gibbs White, sure, go get Reijnders. But if we get Gibbs White, why get Reijnders? I guess that's my question to you guys. I guess I can leave this one rather short. There's not a lot more I can say about this, to be honest. Atalanta will win 2-1. Oh. Jack back to Aston Villa. I don't believe that's gonna happen. Yeah, I'll do that later. So I guess we'll keep this stream rather short then, because that's all that I can say about this. I've said what I've said my thoughts about Reijnders. Not for me. He's got quality. I think Gibbs White is a better option there. Now, I don't think we need either Gibbs White or Reijnders. I think you just promote O'Reilly and you keep Grealish and you keep Kovacic. And then you put Grealish into 8. Of course, Pep will not do that, so you have to get rid of Grealish. So that means you have to get in a new 8. But then if you get a new 8, does that specifically have to be Gibbs White or Reijnders? I guess they're both nice options to have. Gibbs White a bit expensive. Reijnders, once again, you're going for the foreign option there to replace a homegrown player. So that's my thoughts, I guess, on that situation. I'll redirect you guys now on onto This City. He's going to go live in a bit. Reijnders, I won't cry if it happens, but not for me. Thank you guys for watching this rather short stream. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, because that does help out a ton. And Alfred in chat. I'm redirecting you guys to Liam now. A Man City content creator. He's also doing a stream on Reijnders, I believe. Go subscribe to him. He's very close to 4K. Big up to Liam. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.